Mr. Speaker. I understand that this, as I think we've all mentioned before, is a new industry, and perhaps the House needs a little more convincing to take that leap of faith that will pass this bill and bring its promised benefits to Singapore. Now, to save some of the uncertainty, I would like to state that it is that this system of collecting oil and converting it into biodiesel has actually been performed before as proof of concepts on small scales in countries such as Japan and the United States of America. And in many of the published examples, the company responsible for this system has worked with a few fast food joints. Those tend to be very popular for obvious reasons at a go, and they all tend to turn a profit within about 3 years of creating this scheme, which is reasonably fast for something that is implemented on such a big scale. For many initiatives, you could actually expect to bleed for a lot longer than 3 years before your initiatives push you into the black. So in terms of uncertainty in the economic sense, I'd like to reassure the government that proof of concepts have been carried out and they have shown very positive results. I think one member of the government earlier mentioned that companies should perhaps take the onus to set up the points themselves and look into the collection on their own. And I think this is something that the opposition is willing to consider, seeing as how the companies are the ones that stand to benefit from this and stand to make a profit as well. So perhaps it would be in the best interest of everybody if the companies themselves played a bigger part in the construction and the maintenance, as well as the everyday running of the collection points. Lastly, I'd like to just end off by galvanizing one of my fellow opposition members' points. Just picture this. McDonald's has served about 100 billion people since it started up decades ago. Now, if only a fifth of those people ordered eggs, that'd be a lot of drops of oil that we could use. And we know that McDonald's obviously is famous for their fries, so a lot more than a fifth of them are probably going to order fries. And fries are deep fried, and there's a lot of cooking oil that goes into that. So imagine 100 billion people buying McDonald's famous fries, each and every batch of which needs to go into a fryer, and after a few batch, they cycle the oil because of carcinogens that form during the cooking process, which is why you're not actually encouraged to use cooking oil too many times. So in terms of scale, I don't really think that's a problem either. And by the way, we've actually got over 100 outlets in Singapore in terms of McDonald's, just to clarify one of my opposition members' points. So yeah, I certainly do not see why there will not be enough oil for us to refine, and why we can't turn a profit on all this oil that's being needlessly wasted otherwise. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.